Hello everyone, in this video we will see continuation of multi-threaded program, and next coming here we have thread libraries. Thread libraries are the programs written with the APIs for creating and managing the user threads. So if you have any program, the program will be executed based on a division of threads and executed with multi-threaded concepts. So to do that, there is a thread library program with all the system call APIs written in your should be written in your operating system. Two primary ways for implementation of this thread libraries are, you can have, like if you are using a Java program, you can write multi-threaded program, or you can add the multi-threaded concept in your application as well, or your operating system can be having a concept, will be having a concept of kernel level library support. If your application doesn't have multi-threaded concept in the execution or in your programming part, then operating system will activate kernel level thread library and it will allocate the processing in multi-threaded concept. Coming here, we have pthreads. Pthreads is the POSIX standard for Unix variant, so may be provided either as user level as well as kernel level of multi-threaded library. So the standard for POSIX is IEEE 1003.1c. All these API threads are created for synchronize, all these POSIX standard will provide standard for synchronization of threads and creation of threads. Specification, let's see, this is like specifications but not implementation. API specifies how your thread library should behave, and implementation is to develop the library. Common in Unix operating systems, we use like all the Unix operating systems like Solaris, Linux, Mac OS, we make use of this pthread library. So this is the example of pthread library, how it is used for creating multiple threads. Let's consider we are doing some application. For your program to create multi-threaded concept, there is a library called pthread. Pthread.h is a library file which should be included in the program. So we should always include pthread.h header file in your program to make your program multi-threaded. So we have in sum, this is a data for sharing the threads, and we have user defined program called runner and parameters as param passed in the function. So threads call this function, like threads is responsible for calling this function. Int main, so int args and argv are the command line arguments passed. Pthread.tid will create pthread t is a data type from the library function pthread. So these two are the data types which are from the function which are from the library pthread. The thread identifier is defined and thread attributes are set. So TID is used for thread identifier number, that is TID, and thread attributes are set with the variable attr. If args is not equal to 0, printf, we have error in your command line argument. Else, if argument values, like number of arguments are not correct and number of arguments are not less than 0, means it should be greater, there should be input given to the program. Once the input given to the program, it will go to next value. So here get the default attributes for the pthread attributes and create pthread. Pthread create is a function which is called from the library pthread.h. TID is a attribute for getting thread ID. Attributes as the function or the variable which attributes of the thread is given, and runner is a function called by pthread, and the arguments which we have given from the command line is passed for the pthread creation function. Pthread join is a function where your threads are joined to the program under execution. So you are running a program, that program will be joined with this thread for execution. So TID is a thread identifier from which you can identify the thread, and null value is passed to join the program. Printf sum, so it will print the sum value. The thread coming down, the thread will begin control in this function void runner. So this is the function called by pthread. So once you execute the program main, the pthread which is created is given with the function runner. So this is the function runner it is calling. So once the function runner is called while the thread is created, for the thread what you have created will already executed this runner program with the parameters. So it has calculated sum for the values of I from the command line arguments passed. So that sum can be printed in main program, where the runner program, instead of executed by main thread itself, it has created a thread with the help of pthread create function and joined to the main thread with the pthread join function to the main program. So you can print some value from this function in main program. This is how pthread works. So pthread code for joining 10 threads, instead of calling pthread join 10 times, you can create a array of pthreads with one variable name, and with the for loop we can join them together. So here we have pthread workers num threads are the array of thread IDs. So for I equal to 0, I is less than num threads I plus plus, pthread join work of I and null, where you can join number of here number of threads is defined to 10. So for loop will run from 0 to 9th variable, where 10 threads can be joined to one function in one or in two statements. Coming to Windows multi-threaded concept, we have Windows library for calling for creating multi-threads. So here, unlike our last program, we are using windows.h library function, which is called in your main program. So dword sum, the same program we are writing in Windows, so we are using the same user defined function, where this sum is a function, this sum is called by the thread which you are created. Dword win API summation, so the thread runs in this separate function. So the thread which you create in the main program should able to run this program by creation of thread. First we will see how the thread is created. Int main, int arguments and char average, these are the command line arguments passed. Dword is a data type which is used to create thread ID. Unlike TID in Unix, we have thread ID in Windows operating system, and handle is for creating the thread handler, that is your thread attributes. So thread handle is the variable. Int pam, if arguments the same concept, it is checking for the arguments which is less than 2 and argument values which is less than 0. If it is so, then the input given is not valid, it will come out. So if the valid input is given to the program, then we use thread handler to create a thread. So thread handler will create a thread with the function call create thread. So create thread is a function call, and the parameter 1 is null, default security attribute. Then we have stack size as default, like 0 as default stack size, summation as a function called. This is the function called by the thread handler. Then param are the parameters passed. 0 is a default flag creation and the thread ID which has to be used for the thread ID is the identification number which is given to the thread created by create thread. If thread handle equal to null, wait for the object thread which is created, else close handler thread cancel, then print sum. So the sum from the function what I told you will be executed at this point. So once the thread is created, the thread handler which helps to call this function summation. So dword, dword is a parameter where the thread identification win API. So the thread ID and Windows API function. So whatever the function you write, user defined function you write to execute by the thread should start with dword win API, so that the function can make use of all Windows API to create a to execute using the threads. And summation is a function which we have called with the parameters. Dword, because it is a function from Windows multi-threaded library, we have to make use of dword for all the data variables also. Upper is equal to dword parameters, where the upper variable is assigned with parameters passed by the summation function using thread creator. For the dword I equal to 0, I is less than equal to upper, summation is done for the complete array and it returns the value with the thread, not with the function. The return 0 will be given to int as a 0, but this sum value will be stored in the thread. Whenever you use thread function, the value will be stored in that thread and the sum value can be printed with the thread handler. Coming to Java multi-threaded concept, Java threads are managed by Java virtual machine itself, unlike operating system, typically implemented using the thread model provided by underlying OS. So whatever the OS you use, those OS will support the multi-threaded concept, but Java itself has its own multi-threaded. Like operating system will only give the platform to execute, but Java threads will be created by its own virtual machine itself. So with the help of operating system, it can execute, but creation will be taken care by the Java threads itself. Java threads may be created by using interface, public interface runnable and public abstract void run. Extension thread classes is done with this function, and implementation is like this. So we have a class for sum, print int sum, public int get sum, return sum. This is the function which we use for getting the sum and returning. Public void set sum, int sum, and this dot sum is equal to sum. This function is used to call the local variable of that class. So class summation implement runnable. See here, with Java we have public interface runnable. So with the implement runnable, we are creating a class called summation. So class summation is created under implements runnable, where the class summation is capable now to create a threads. Private int upper and private sum and sum values. So sum and sum values are the variables. Public summation int upper and sum values, where this upper is equal to upper and sum values which are allocated by the class. So coming to public void run, we have in sum where the sum function is defined, and class drivers we have static void main function. So here we have two classes, sum and summation. Sum is a function which is making use of sum value from summation function, and summation has implemented threads. So coming to main program, where in class drivers we have main program which is getting command line arguments. If integer phrase int and system.println, that is the common function to get if you don't have command line arguments properly. Else go to some object, object for some function or some classes created, int upper, integer phrase end for the arguments threads. So here we have a thread library which is used to create multiple threads. So thread thrd is a variable name given for threads. New thread is a function which is used to create a new thread. New summation, so a new summation function like class or the function under the class summation is called by thread by creating one thread. So thread is a variable. Dot start will start execution of the new thread which is created. So under try we have thread join, which is used to join the thread from the thread which is called to the main function. System.out.println, it is used to print the variable directly. And the sum object dot get sum is a function which is used to print the sum value. So get sum, like by calling the get sum function here in the main program with the concept of multi-threader, the sum object is executed and the sum function is executed indirectly with the thread, and you can print the sum value. Catch if there is any interrupt accepted, else there is one error function printed. I hope you understood these concepts. Thank you.